absolute world beaters on that
we
map. So
got
this is going to
Nongshim on
be
attack.
a really awesome battle.
RRQ
But a big change
on
up for Nongshim
defense.
here. We do have
Not
Dambi
yet
on that
on
raise, and the
Neon.
desk was talking about it. You know,
Dambi
on
on
Bind, we
raise.
saw it. It didn't look so impactful compared to his Neon. So now we got to look and see. All right, what have they dialed up? What do they think they can do
looking like
against
they're
this
going to do the old
RRQ
school
sort of high tempo play based off of like Manya's Neon,
Yeah,
the
they
ability
do.
to gather information with that Sova.
They did
use a
stun,
lot of that
Silver
against
Shock,
you,
Smoke
stall
Deep
a lot
over
with the
towards
Killjoy.
A-main.
They're gonna have to find
They
ways to
are
break through.
early
Setting
wanting
up
to
for
make
this
sure that they
forward
can't go
push
A-main.
towards B. Jemkin
Jemkin's got a lot to do here.
Off by the util.
Little shots
Whoa.
exchanged here. Quick
I mean,
tuck
they
back.
tanked a lot of damage there,
Too
fair
much,
play.
but plenty of damage. Splash across onto the players here from Nongshim.
Yeah, and we've been holding here the whole time strong,
Worked
so
down to 45
this might
health.
be a little bit rough for Margaret if he actually
Fourth
sends
all-time
it.
performance on Brimstone here for Jemkin.
Seismic Chef, thank you so much, dude. Hope the stream is good. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate that.
Still a lot of impact he can have for sure. Seems pretty calm and confident, waiting again for some of that contact. Xfero's going to find it. Smoke should come down.
Meanwhile, back
Gonna
across
say
outside of main, some pressure
spamming this could
coming
be
over
good.
towards Margaret. Fault
Ow.
line, sending into the corner of the cage to try to go ahead and obfuscate a
I was
little bit
gonna
more.
say, how aggro do they go with this? Because they literally just deterred everyone over from B.
Now the lineup coming through is straight, not quite able to confirm more than just the one kill.
Look at these
Though
HPs and they
on
do
the pivot,
not
but it's not
expect
ready for
Dambi here.
Repositions down by the rope.
Felt a little bit odd,
Swoop
no, from
forward.
RRQ. Right, they
Opportunity here in the
literally
round.
spot a
Goes to the
couple
opposite
here.
side, low HP
Well,
bars,
maybe
but
they only
Jemkin
spotted one
maybe
here.
reading that they're gonna double
But then they
back
put the
cross, or
smoke
at least wants
down.
to wrap through the
And then
spawn.
they decide
Either
to
way,
push, so it's like
might
you
get
forced them
planted on the A
away
site, Nongshim in control.
kind of into where you're
no
pushing.
util to speak of here for Jemkin. So it's just going to come down to this ghost. Everybody's beat up. So Jemkin can isolate a fight to get the kill.
Finds the first one, Margaret on the floor.
I mean, equal HP.
6 HP separating the two. Smoke coming down, Persia
That'd be
playing
no
up here.
no
on the drop.
idea. And it's a
Slow
good
creep
plant
across
for
Jemkin,
main,
not
so you're
looking to
probably
make any
considering main
noise.
fast.
No mollies available, but now footsteps going to be heard, going to be made. Tap of the spike coming through. Jemkin's sights turned over towards main. Persia with a peek, knows that he's not on it, knows that he hasn't held at the half, and he knows that time is working against him. Jemkin will be able to get the shot, going for the defuse,
Just
but
it's close.
as you
Just
can
out
see
of
here,
time.
he's not quite going to have it.
Yeah.
A knowing little
It's a nice
sigh
attempt, to be
at
fair.
the end of that round.
Yeah,
Pistol
the
goes
push
the way
just
of
felt weird.
Nongshim, but
But honestly, the
already
push just
a
felt
fairly
weird.
bloody
But
brawl
they
on that
full
south side of the map.
committed when
And this
they
is just really
cancelled
good
them
anticipation
here.
from Nongshim. They're seeing that, you know, there's kind of an antsiness behind RRQ. And this is really good
Oh, the
stuff.
caster slightly?
from
Okay, should be a little bit better now.
The way that he's able to use that smoke to cover himself while RRQ is pushing out of A main and set up
Well, I
his
think the
teammates while
Sentinel's
they're
loud
wrapping
match,
back through
it was a
after
banger.
Two sets of
It was an
contact
absolute banger.
over towards B. That's a really good kind of patience play.
Is this
from
continuing
Nongshim
from
to
the
start here.
Americas tech
Really
pauses?
utilizing some of that aggressiveness that RRQ
One of
wants to
those
set,
days.
that high tempo neon play behind that A
I'll tell you
main
what,
control that you can establish.
Specific, not had many tech pauses, so
I don't
we'll
believe
give
it.
him this one.
Well, if it's a timeout.
It's ticking. Haha.
Okay.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, good. Just a quick little, you know, make sure everyone's paying attention, make sure we're all still awake here. Tight pause, it would seem. You get the green light.
Checking my pulse. Yep, we're good.
Yeah. Well, for the age.
Yeah. Yeah. It's still beating. That's all that matters.
Jemkin still just with a classic. 3 charges in the last round to try to get towards that orbital. Dambi, however, over halfway towards his showstopper.
No buy-ups at all to speak of. Push back onto Cushy. He's just going to duck out quickly, but just classics. Margaret going to do a little exploring. Should have a free kill and a headshot onto Xfero.
Yeah, just twisting
That's a
back
nice
and forth
shot.
every which way, but as he pivots around, catches a glimpse of that scope before the bullet connects across.
Oh my
Kushino,
goodness.
swooping down in towards Dish, able to find Francis.
Man, he's good.
Very nice
I mean,
pickup there.
there is a gun there.
As
I have no
Estrella-
idea about numbers, but
I think a lot of eyes on this player right here. IGL for RRQ had a
Yeah,
hell of a performance
not a great
in their
start.
last series. Looking to see if a bit more of that firepower can be delivered from the driver's seat.
They're not clearing out tower at all. So this is a little bit of confidence from Nongshim that they can get through and just deal with it on the other side.
Quick bounces forward, swing out. Estrella will get cut down. Dambi able to find one. Jimkin looking for the trade out, but Dambi quick on the pivot. Persia ready for the lurk. Cleans up the
maybe I
other two.
would have
Fairly
liked
clean
an
here. Just Francis
instant
taking it down. Nongshim
reaction
move up
to
2-0.
Dish
Yeah,
to get the
that's
gun.
really nice stuff from Nongshim. Doing a great
Once they
job
head
of
over
cutting
towards
their
the
sound.
site.
getting underneath the noses of RRQ, not really
all
giving
good.
them much in the way of opportunity to do any more
probably
damage outside of Cushy's
two questionable things from
solo
RRQ
kill.
at the moment, in my opinion.
So now let's see what RRQ can dial up. Some rifles in hand, so keeping 4 guns over as well for Nongxi. That's a really nice setup for them. So far, so good. A map that's given them some grief. They have a and they have a showstopper already too.
And
all right,
having that going into the bonus to try to get a conversion.
We got
RRQ are going to be very cognizant
big
of
buy rounds
around
and
it. Playing against it can prove to be very
taking leaf out of NA's book a little bit
falling up over through
with the NA buy, but again, it's only one that buys into it, so it's not too bad. Danby with the ult, we got a free side here in reaction.
And with that Guardian in hand, doesn't manage to find one. Gets a shot
Yeah, it's still nice though. Margaret did great. Very, very nice.
What I was going to say, but now it doesn't exist anymore. Danby,
dude, RRQ gonna have a rough time at the moment if it's their map pick.
You just have to make a very
it's a perfect snowball.
He can find some kind of opening pick in the next few seconds. Call to save might just have to be made.
I think that's the wiser decision here for RRQ at this point.
Chill on this one. Sure
try to regroup and figure out how they can maybe get a little more pressure, get a little bit more information. You have the Sova. Shots are going to ring out from Danby.
Rafu, of course.
Trying to punish. They are going to get that kill.
Able to find it. Jimkin
try my best.
Minor amount of damage. Aftershock now, as well as the Molly.
Yeah, that is nice from Nongshim.
Rest of the team going to rotate out. Yeah, Persia taking the rope says, well, I've just got a Bulldog. I'm going to look for a little bit more value here.
I mean,
he's managing to find one.
That's
going to take it down is catastrophic. As it will just be Jemkin and Estrella carrying forward their rifles as Nongshim get a bonus conversion.
Yeah, I mean, Nongshim is...
This game is easy to snowball.
It's a lot of different looks you're seeing every single round. The first round, it's a lot of push and pull on the pistol.
It's definitely something...
It's just working from their default side, from the attack side.
I don't know. In my opinion, it's something that doesn't get spoken about enough.
They go to the other side of the map.
Like how snowbally this game is.
They go over to the bridge side, and they kind of they work that side a little bit. This time, it's a quick hit through ditch. They receive 0 resistance.
And maybe
there was nobody from
maybe
RRQ
Riot like it because it means that the game's a little bit more unpredictable.
Get that showstopper in a position where it can find value because of
upsets happen more, which means that the skill level gets closer together. Means that it's then pretty fun.
Still holding outside of A main. Really, really nice stuff from Nongshim so far.
There definitely is an issue in this game, but with snowballing, no doubt.
Like, maybe, well,
starting to drift back.
I mean, it's the whole reason we count pistols.
Nongshim not liking the silence on the opposite side of the dish.
They're the best team in all regions. Yeah, from where I'm standing, yeah.
Shots ringing out though. Jemkin gonna be taken down on the corner. Now be able to find one. Swing out. Xfero forced forward.
This is real nice right now.
Shot comes his way. Kill will be found.
Can they get the Brimalt online?
Jump over it. Well, either way has been
they
spotted,
just picked
so
up the extra orb over towards
has been noted.
tree. They will. I mean, no matter what, there's 4 orbs next round. They'll be able to get a Brimalt.
Work cut out for him, and just the stinger in hand here at the range. But Danby on the jiggle peak hasn't actually spotted him out. We'll hear that he's coming his way now. Forced back by the relay bolt, and Ivy's unscouted. Well, shots to the rear. Monyet taken down in this site. Absolutely choked out here from
gonna start looking.
No real access points whatsoever. Estrella trying to take the tool here.
That's 3,000 for everyone here.
Flash will connect, but Estrella,
and they got 1 death, 2 armory buys. They're in an incredible spot.
Nongshim start things off 4-0.
I mean, so far for me,
1 away from Tailwall, 1 away from Brimalt.
Hot start on this race, but really,
do I have making out lows in Pacific? That's a good
so
question.
Francis has to be given a lot of flowers here because he is keeping RRQ completely off balance, and he is.
I don't know. It's honestly really open.
Very different ways.
I might be tempted to say Paper X.
They go through dish. Nobody's there. They get the free plant. They get deep.
Some of their maps worry me a little bit.
Then this round, they go towards dish. They don't receive any resistance, and he says, "I bet they're setting up something here this time because they didn't last time." I was thinking maybe there'd be a timeout from RRQ, but so far Ewok gonna trust.
Okay, and that's a free orb if you want it. And do you get Tailwall or do you get Brimalt?
Once again, gonna send.
Yeah, we got Tailwall here. And then do they under-pinch tree to get Brimalt? Oh boy, I wonder if RRQ are giving them too much space there.
Triple creep through the sewer here.
Yeah, they're getting a ton of info. And they're gonna get a little bit more on a Cushy. He's solo trying to hold down A main. doing such a good job of dissecting this. I mean, kind of expecting that it's going to be the Killjoy over towards B.
Sonia, hello, hello. Good morning as well.
But he's pushed out yet, and it's just this death ball of Nongshim. Send out the stealth drone to clear. It's going to give a little bit of info there now once it pops. But
not found, no suppression.
Yeah, time gets low on this one. Side hit goes in. Brim smokes are a little bit late. Wait, Brim smokes, dude. Jumpkin has no Brim smokes.
Able to find one Margaret. He's going to hit the floor. Estrella able to find another, but Ivy cleans up two. Swing down around the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. As much as Jemkin worried me a little bit smoke-wise, he's fragged out pretty heavy. That's maybe something that I'll have to keep an eye on. Jemkin used 3 smokes in this round, and honestly, there wasn't too much pressure. Like, other than this orb getting taken, they put a smoke down on B.
You know, we've been trying to kind of cut them off before they can really even set up their executes. Let's this time play a little bit further back. Let's get a little bit more info. Let's make sure we know where they're committing to, and then we can use our util. We can use this Neon to kind of dissect their attack. Let Monyet run through. Jemkin swings in, gets 3 big kills. It's more of a timing thing this time from RRQ.
Wait, Fio's here? No joke, I didn't see it.
And now,
I'm not even like adding to the meme at this point.
The orbital here is Persia just trying to clear out rope. Monyet in the meantime, going down the weapon, and Margaret just not quite ready for it. Can't get the adjustment. Monyet does well to come away with that kill.
Hello, Fio.
Now going to come to play.
Hello, Fio. I need to add Fio to the fire. 100% serious. I didn't see it. Dude, Fio, you gotta get this other green working for you.
And they are coming out on top in a major way. A flawless, nearly on point for them, but Francis will be able to
the sword of invisibility. Oh, okay.
The last few bullets does manage to get a wall bank shot.
I mean,
we
got a breach that's 21 HP. This might be doable.
That's noise. Here alongside the door. Fault line at the ready from Estrella.
Nah, I saw Sonia's because, dude, the green ring, that's so easy
annoying.
to see.
Yeah.
I know his position.
I think it's the color that Fio has in his text, dude. I can't.
Francis looking to try to play here within this angle. A couple shots coming
It
through.
doesn't stand out enough.
Connecting. Finds a headshot onto one. If he
Crack
can
the
get
code, yeah.
and all of a sudden this is on. I mean, Estrella.
What about Red? See, Red's pretty good.
They're both stacked up. Risky. Spots the first.
Dude, that was
that
was insanely close. It was a good try in that 1v5.
Get them up to 2.
Yeah, this was quite an interesting round from Nongshim. Just it felt like a very set execute right off the rip. Monyet able to find Margaret and take him down all on his own this time, but then it's the combination there with kind of RRQ playing a bit further back than I think Nongshim was expecting. They're able to put their ults to great use. Use that rolling thunder into the Hunter's Fury. I'm pretty sure the Hunter's Fury hit one of the
Not gonna read that one out,
well,
but thank you so much, Anon, whoever you are.
So you're able to combo that really nicely for RRQ.
Okay,
now they're able to grab
we got Op coming out from Monyet. We got money real low for RRQ. Round on the board.
Absolutely aggressive. Swing coming through up the back of the flash, and Tommy able to collect.
And I mean, yeah, the overwhelm is so strong. It's time the smokes go down, but no one's here to like help flood for RRQ. He's in so much trouble. He did great to get one.
Monyet, he's got an op in hand.
Yeah, and they're just gonna have to save instantly.
So the call to save has already been made.
Let's have his ult, but this is way too much to ask. Nongshim are running away with this a little bit.
Here from RRQ's Cushy, who's generally been very, very good this year.
Cushy got heavy
overwhelmed. Not giving up his life easily, but this time around he's just caught in a position where he has
they
no
kind of
backup,
picked the right side, I guess.
From Ivy, kind of just smothers him out of the round.
I would say people may be out of position.
Acceleration from the side of Nongshim. You know, a nice attempt by Estrella underneath the bridge, but with all that information from the neural theft and everything, they could really just throw bodies at the
timeout. I mean, it's probably gonna be timeout now.
And take him down. And really good start for Nongshim. I mean, I don't know how much of this is down to having Donby on the raise. He's been great. He's been fragging. You know, the showstopper has already gotten some value, so it seems like for now the changes are starting to work for Nongshim. Have a little bit of extra time this past week to kind of workshop some of these ideas. So far, mostly so good. Doing a great job there, spraying through the smoke, reading these positions. I mean, you can see so much of this from Nongshim. What they're trying to do on the map in the last couple of rounds are just hard reads. They're trying to isolate and
I think
eliminate
Virgin uses
players
a
from
rework.
RRQ.
Feels like it's
Give
too
themselves
often
that
to
man
get
advantage
3v5s,
to get the plant down,
2v5s,
get through, scale into
2v4s.
sight.
It's more just
And, sometimes it's worked,
teams
sometimes it hasn't, but
understanding of the map, I
you get a
think,
timeout from RRQ.
really.
Gotta stop the
Like
bleeding
a
as
lot
much
of
as you can here. This is
time,
your map pick, and going into that
I
Lotus where
think you should
haven't done
be
so great this year.
reacting
It hasn't
better.
been, I mean, the round
Like
scores haven't
RRQ are
been
very
that bad or
stale
anything,
right
but
now.
sure.
We can't
Hasn't
really
been
be
a,
using this as like a
map they
base
won,
of
so
the
it's a
map.
It's a far cry from
Like
2023.
they're just sitting there
So,
in a
those
3-2,
improvements are there, and they're
and
feeling more
then
comfortable
either the
on it,
3
but
is getting overwhelmed or the
yeah,
2 is
not
getting
big
overwhelmed.
down this
Whereas
early.
like they could
fashion that
push
they've been
parts
down.
of the map
That's
and then
definitely a cause
react
for
to
concern,
losing
so
certain parts of the map, so they
I think
actually have like
ultimately
number
the right time
advantage.
Call this timeout. Question is, how many more
I think they need
rounds
to be
can
way
get
more
in the half?
proactive, is essentially what I'm saying.
Otherwise, still carry over that operator. You have that in the
Well,
hands
so
of
far,
Money, yet you
to if
have an extra
RRQ keep
rifle.
playing
We'll
like
see what
this, they're
the money
gonna get
looks like when
wrecked.
we get
That's
back
my
into
thoughts.
it, but I believe they should be able to widely afford a decent weaponry here.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of the kind of
Board Aviator,
delayed
5
defense
gifted.
style from
Thank you
RRQ
so much,
that we
dude.
saw in some of the rounds that worked for them,
Thank
where
you.
they kind of get a little bit of contact,
Yeah,
get
you
a
know,
little
just get the slug oiler
information, fall
spam
back.
going.
You know, maybe setting up a pick
Thank
for
you
the
so
op would
much,
be fine.
Board
Well,
Aviator.
they're
I
going to
appreciate
pass
you.
it over to Jemkin's hands.
Oh,
What am I drinking? Literally just water and honey.
Rim opping as Moneyette wants to try to take some space on this south side approach.
Ooh, wanted to
He's
go
got
for it,
nothing
but
noted, Margaret.
decided not
Persia
to.
just staying tucked away over
Board
towards that
Aviator, thank you
attacker
again. I
spawn.
appreciate you doing that. If
Jemkin
anyone got gifted,
on a
please
line,
at
staring
Board
in
Aviator
towards
and say
Dish.
thank you.
Ivy nearby though. Do they fault line this? Do they flash through for him?
Yeah, do we use util for this?
Armageddon. Jemkin
It's a nice reaction.
Snappy with a shot. Takes down the
Yeah,
out.
it was fast.
that's great.
And the
Margaret
ult
still had it
goes in
cleared
and
at
they...
eight, so he's not able to swing
Yeah,
in to try to
it
punish
kind of
that or
worked out
try to set
brutal
up a pinch or
for
anything.
Nongshim
Francis
on this
clearing
one.
out a little bit more
Like
util.
they wanted to do the
A
ult
little bit more
fake.
information
They
for his
put the
team.
ult in, but
Doesn't really like what he
just
sees.
gets spotted over towards
Double
Dish.
back. Now you've got Estrella, so you know the Op and Estrella are over on towards A. KJ likely on B.
Oh, the change up. That's exactly where Market's at, but the door does shut. There's the
Nice shot again.
Open it. Jemkin very much on point at the moment. Another snappy shot. Comes up with 2. Big player advantage now here in the hands of RRQ as they look to get the 3rd round win. See some change ups. Looks like Francis is going to try to sell whatever fake he can. The salvo is going to be used over on
Yeah,
this
this time they go for
the
the other fake over towards
Meantime,
Sight.
Ivy creeping forward.
Does
Sparrow.
pull out a rotate,
Ooh,
but
not quite getting
Sparrow
caught
again
on
kind
the
of
exit.
gets
Pops
free
that nano,
info, and
swings
he's hit an
back up, finds the
absolute
headshot.
shot.
Spike now dropped.
That's too
Persia
much from him,
wanted to
but
try to push through,
still
but he's
did
not
enough
ready
to
to
bait
push.
on
He's
Sight.
still lingering here outside of tower. Francis now on his lonesome just does not have the time to get anything done.
Just
And
gonna go down to the
Jemkin
op.
is out
3
here
kills in the
hitting
round for
shots.
Jemkin with that
Yeah,
operator.
the
So
op
a
is
nice
looking
change up
nice.
again out of the timeout for RRQ.
Yeah, give me the brim op.
Just really putting Jemkin in spots
Means
where
that
he's
Moneyette
not
can rotate a
anticipating
little
with
bit
that
faster.
operator. And he's able to find huge value. You know, like you were saying, they've got the breach there, but you know, a lot of times you'll see
I think
teams
Tetris isn't as bad as
stun
everyone
up in the
thinks they
drop
are.
there,
They
right,
face
when they're trying to
Nongshim
make
and
that push
Paper
forward,
X.
but
Yeah,
usually
they had a
the
rough
combos
run.
had
I
think
agree
right
with
around
that.
the corner, not where Jemkin was all the way up and drop.
They definitely had a
for the
rough
side of
run.
RRQ, so he's able to take a position that isn't expected by Nongshim.
I think the problem is
They're able
the
to
level
capitalize
in
on it.
Pacific is
RRQ.
so high
Jemkin
now.
11 and 3 on the
It
brim.
does feel like the
The battle
individuals
brim coming in big right now.
struggled a little bit.
You do have that rolling thunder again. The
I agree that they
showstopper
play 2
again.
teams that are at least in the
Orbital
like
strike
top
and the
5,
lightning fingers
6.
for Moneyette, so they're going to pass the op back over to him now that he has the ult to back him up. XQ comes through, just clearing a little space. No one's holding tower itself, just using this for info.
Showstopper drawn out. Dampy.
Yeah,
clipped.
Safari
Sparrow
takes the
taken down.
hit. Can
Just fall down to
Estrella
5 HP.
capitalize off of the
Clean
fact?
up there for
That's
Estrella.
lovely,
Counter-strike
dude.
comes
That was
through,
so
and Ivy
nice, though.
Some
Dambi
down
satchels,
first, finds Jemkin at
outros
the
the
same
crosshair
time. The
away
raid boss effectively dealt with.
long enough to actually be able to
Moneyette
get a
just
trade,
found his
get
way
them
open,
through the
still
smoke,
only
or
has
at least
that op
in the
in hand.
smoke, got the info.
She's spotting one, but Persia unscouted here. And it's just going to be a triple face. And
Nice
for a second, I
triple
thought
swing
Sushi
on
was at
this.
least going to be good for 2, but now that Moneyette's all on his lonesome, we'll have to just slowly drift
Yeah, and I
away.
think saving on this is going to be so fine again.
Not wanting to have to reinvest.
Nongshim, first time they were close to actually losing and having to eco. But I mean, this was a nice round. Dambi just did incredible work.
RRQ to string together another 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah, this time around, Nongshim's able to find some space by
Karen, of course.
quietly pushing up towards that tower. None of the util that Xparrow has down is really set up to give them an early read. Instead, it's more to just, you know,
How many
let
rounds
them
okay?
mentally
Like
prepare
5 is pretty
by
good.
the time that Nongshim is going to be on site. The issue
4
with
is
that this
doable
round
if you
was,
win
of course, is that the
pistol.
showstopper is there. Xparrow tried to play
And
up
this could be
close
the
to it to see if
downfall
maybe
of
he
Gen G.
could at least trade it.
Could
Could not do
I
so.
think they got some
That
work to
actually is a
do,
big
no
deal
doubt.
because that means that your raise, Donby can
I think
break
it's starting
out
to become
and
pretty
give you
clear
some
just
info of
how
what's going
much
on around
Meteor
those
did.
smokes. A great anticipation of Persia for Jemkin to step out when he did.
I'm
when
also
the
starting
contact
to
was
think
made.
he was pretty
holding that smoke,
vocal.
holding that angle, and was so ready. That's huge for Nongshim, as you do have a ton of ults. I mean, of course, there's a Teho, so the lockdown is kind of meh.
Lakia, yeah, Lakia did a lot
But-
of the secondary calling, right?
There's a few
Catch
other
the timing
things.
when the salvos are gone.
Yeah, if you can find the timing, that's what you got to be kind
So-
of aware of.
Yeah, we saw some questionable
It's always a little bit tricky with it.
eye gelling stuff.
Stealth drone taken out. Extra presence here on this A side of the map from RRQ. As Francis looks like he wants to call forward.
They're trying to play a trap play here with the turret info to use the breach util.
Into
set up
this is
Xfero.
the. I mean, this is right here. This is the Fnatic,
Dambi flash packing forward, snaps over, is able to find
and
one.
it looks like Nongshim read it
Doors
pretty
able to trick
well.
back.
This is turret
holding
into
off the rest of the team.
stun into
Isolating Dambi,
damage,
so in
and
the end,
then
a
you
1-for-1.
breach damage on
Straight
top
from
of
the
it.
corner, spotting one. Francis.
They did
It's a nice amount of
very
damage now, down to
good
32.
to actually trade
To
the
save
one.
the fault line there.
Honestly,
It's pushed
Nongshim did very good
close.
to
Rolling
get
Thunder.
one.
Was a cross, but
Recon's
it's not
cleared
gonna
over
connect on
towards
everybody.
here, all gets used.
Successfully tucked back as Margaret comes out of drop.
Oi,
Jemkin
dude,
guns down
Jemkin looks
two.
incredible right now.
Now all of a sudden, just Ivy here at main. The spike stranded
30
just
seconds
in
left.
front of the defender side spawn. And Ivy
DRX players are
effectively
looking
having
insane. No, DRX is looking
realistic
very good.
openings to try to isolate from here.
I mean, freeing
Fault line.
freeing
So
has
the
Teo
positioning.
down.
And Chickle Peak not quite wide enough there from Cushy. There's just no time. Would have to kill them all.
10
And they can
seconds
scatter the
left.
winds. In fact, you see Jemkin already tucking back just in case that push comes through. Pulls off the angle.
Yeah,
Bump
no
shot
time
not
on
going to
this,
come
but
through. Ivy will just go ahead.
well,
Stay
why
put.
not?
Maybe get some plant money here for the squad, but will not be finding another round win. RQ up to 4, a chance at a 6 and 6 half.
It's just so many kind of minor
Are we
adjustments
fans
that
of the
both
neon
teams are
showing?
making round to
How
round
much have we seen
that
of the
are
neon?
really, really good, and
This
it's
isn't the
keeping
best
this so
example.
close. This time around, it's
For
RRQ's
sure.
Estrella.
But I will
With a
say
great
the
dial-up
neon.
of a
I
play
thought the
call.
neon would
Trying to set up
be
Xfero. Now, you know, props to
not as
Nongshim.
impactful
Gets that
as
fault line to
teams are
land to set
making
up
it look.
Donby for the kill, but Estrella's there for the trade, and then he gets all the info.
The neon,
he knows
because I thought the
how
nerf
many
was
players there
way
are
too
at
big.
A,
Well,
and he's
not
able
way
to
too
use that
big.
information
Honestly, I
against them
thought
to
the
get
neon
his
was
forces
just
into
completely
place
overbuffed
from
and
drop, from
busted.
link.
Then you read the neon nerf and you're like, okay, that is a lot.
Yeah, no,
But I
no.
think it needed to happen.
Quick cough.
Jemkin is
Teams still make the agent look
one of
like
the
really
least
good.
flappable human beings I've ever seen.
So they might have got it spot on with the
Yeah.
nerf.
Now, 4-player push-up. Nice set on this side here from Cushy. Drone up over the top out of Sands. Will get the spot onto the entry, but cannot prevent it. Right now coming through, shock dart up and over the top, looking for some contact. But the bullet is what's going to find
Yeah,
him.
and this is looking very
To the side
similar
of the skull, Dambi
to
gonna be taken down. Rolling Thunder now used, try to push them back here from
the
Dish.
pistol
So
that we
RQ
saw yesterday.
swung forward, get themselves
Damn,
into the
look at
site.
this
Jemkin
though.
continues to press onward,
Bro,
taking more and more
there's no
space.
way he looks this good right
He's
now.
held the half, but the
Look at
salvo
him.
will not stave them off long enough, and Margaret, I think, is going to be far too
He's
late
just,
on this arrival.
he's just aimbotting everyone.
Yep. I know exactly where he's at. Jemkin will find
What
it. A
the
4K
hell? He's
here
17
from
to
the beast
4.
himself. 17, 4, and 3 as RRQ are now just one round away from tying it up.
The Terminator
Again,
dudes.
just really good
What
understanding
is
of the
that?
map by both teams. Honestly, I think
This
Nongshim
is
does a nice
insane.
job of re-aggressing towards Dish. They haven't been kind of playing this part of the map recently, and RRQ is a better response to it this time. They say, all right, we're going to give up that space
T1
again.
is supposed to be
but this time we're
favorites.
going to play
Yeah,
for
they're
the
probably
retake.
favorites in the
We've got
region at the
our ults,
moment.
we've got
D or
Jemkin.
Rex.
They understand that they pushed back to Dish to play a deeper
I think
post
T1's still
plan,
our
and
favorites, but
RRQ
honestly, if you
isn't
watch DRX, you're
hesitating. There's no
probably
weight
thinking
in that
DRX might be. It's
decision
definitely
to
more
make sure that they're
consistent.
clearing that space where they
I think
know
EDG
that
could do
it's
the
very
same
likely
as
because of
last
the map
year.
info they had on the rest of the map
Winner
where
Masters
Nongshim
or
is going to be.
champs.
They can
think
push
you
in
can
there and clear them
Never
out.
count
Jemkin leads the charge.
EDG out. I think they're
It's
always going
absolutely
to be.
destructive.
I think even
Phenomenal
if they've
stuff from
looked
RRQ.
rough,
God,
they
Jemkin's two
they
away
can
from
just
another
flip a switch and look
orbital
good.
strike.
Smoke's coming down
So
for maybe a quick hit.
I
but
think you
widely
can
they do get slowed
always
up, and now
they'll
that
always be
lockdown going to
contenders.
invested. So they still want to try to hit the go button here. The sudden connect with Sparrow with that judge around the corner is going to be so damn difficult. That his and he's got another one in the back pocket.
Judge into the backup shorty. That's
And
so
RRQ
sick.
tie it up 6-6,
Judge into the
brushing
backup
aside the
shorty.
attack function.
RRQ managed to squeeze out 3
Yeah, I don't know what to
rounds
tell
at
you
the
about that one,
end.
folks. That was just
That was incredible.
one of those.
Dude, I've never
shotgun
gone to
moments.
that.
He's
I've
found
never
you
gone
playing
to these
Reaper.
lengths
Just throws the
of having a
shotgun to the
backup
floor, and he's
shorty,
got
but
another
honestly,
one.
it's incredible.
Unbelievable.
He got a collat. He got an actual collat with it.
It's like something you'd see in a Fallout
It's
game
nice
where you're
though,
just, like,
because if they
recycling
go over
guns.
towards arcade and start pushing
Oh my
tree heavy,
goodness.
also he can
Still,
go heaven.
you know, that's-
But he had double
do
molly.
be
I
like
think he had
that
double molly
sometimes,
heaven or
but
one molly
I think a
heaven, so he didn't have to worry about
six-round
heaven as well.
defender side for RRQ, you're probably feeling pretty comfortable with that. After
No, RRQ should be
Nongshim
happy
came
with
out
this.
hot, had 4 in a row. Looked like they were reading the
For
map
sure.
really well. But credit
could
to
have been
both
a lot
IGLs.
worse.
This is such a tough map to navigate your team on, to make sure that all your pieces are in the right place, to make sure you've got the info you want and that you need because of the nature of this map. And they both did, I frankly think, a great job countering each other, throwing some different looks, trying different strats and stuff, and all of it looked really good in my opinion. So now coming onto this attacker side, you've got that Neon for RRQ. That's where I'm really gonna
What's about the
look to
upcoming
see
Sensi
Monyet now
2
start to
match?
accelerate. It's where he's really annoying. Because in the post
It's
plans
gonna
in particular,
be
he's actually
the
really
best test
uncomfortable to deal
for
with.
Sure.
G2.
Can be, but
I
right
think
now
G2
we're
will be
not
fine,
seeing that
but-
Neon come online. I believe just the 1 kill to his name.
It'll
at the
be,
moment. Not something that you want to be seeing.
hope
from
Sen
the
get off to a
coolest
good start.
even on that defense, especially given that he's able to pivot around the map so quickly
Alu-
and has
wait.
been given this operator
Aliaka?
for so many rounds.
Is that how I
right?
say your name?
That impact has not necessarily been there, but at the same
1
time,
UKR.
without Monyet
Leak,
having
thank
his
you so much,
performance,
dude. Appreciate
RRQ
that.
still
Thank you,
do
thank
manage
you.
to make it 6-6
Thanks for the
after
prime.
losing the pistol, after having a bonus conversion. So for the rest of the team, especially Jemkin, that is a very good sign for them. Monyet starts coming online here.
Okay, Nongshim
RRQ are
to
going to be in a
damage
very good
over
spot to try to
towards
take
A
this map.
main.
I think that's something that has been so scary. Clear the turret.
And
Dami,
then
about this RRQ
Insta
team.
push
Sparrow
3
right now
person.
effectively stranded.
Oh boy.
And
But
Zafira's
pitching in
reacted
from behind,
well.
he doesn't necessarily
They have
know that,
no
though, so just
info
moves
or
ahead,
no
tucks back
idea
down the
how
stairs
many
and towards
numbers
sewer.
pushed.
That's not a ton of info for Nongshim to
Fire
work
underscore
off of,
Seeker,
other than
thank
they've
you so
cleared
much.
the
Thank you,
bridge.
thank you.
So now they're go back to A. They're like,
Why
well, we don't know
Sentinel's
about
so
A
high on
main. We
Euro?
have to clear that. That gives
They just
timing
lean
here for
heavy
RRQ
into
to
the
move.
Teo Euro combo.
Stun gonna be sent across. Xfero
They
taken
wanted to
down.
play Teo every map. And
They're taking down Persia, I should
Euro's
say. As Margaret is gonna
probably
push
the best
out
combo
power
with
here,
it.
double face coming around
Or at
the
least a
corner.
very
Monyet
good
with that
combo with
frenzy in
it.
hand will be able to find that
and then
kill.
you got the
Strand out,
flashes, so it
tucked up
opens up
against
a
Jet.
lot more.
3-man fan out. Double push through Canteen, it would seem here. As Dombey tries to lead the charge. Sheriff in hand, swinging on the corner. Reads the position, but cannot get that
Ow,
headshot
where'd the
lined
bullet
up.
go?
Dombey will peel off one more kill to stop it from being a flawless, but
All right.
RRQ tie things up in pistol count.
It's,
And they take
one
the
more.
lead here.
Yeah, and they're setting the pace in terms of how they're using their information and how they're understanding the map. And Nongshim is just having to re-clear so much space with this 3-man push. And the only player that ever got revealed was Xfero. He was able to tuck in his
What
swords.
do you think
and
of
that
the
doesn't
Demon
give you
one,
much as
Yori?
Nongshim.
I mean, we
By
only
the
saw
time
one
they
map
kind
of it.
We're starting to clear A main. That's when RRQ was making their hit. There just wasn't much outside of a tremendous outplay that Nongshim was going to be able to do in that
So
scenario.
I don't think I can judge a whole
So again, map movement, good
one
map
agent off
presence.
of.
Now you've got a few extra
Off of
guns
one
in
map.
hand compared to your opponents, of course, so a little bit of a spray down there, but the orb got grabbed. So Nongshim
Okay, on RRQ they're allowed 2
find
deaths.
a little bit more info. Just Monyet with just a ghost, and he baits out a lot of util.
And he does. Dabo sent.
Shot.
Cushy though, pushing forward. Instant headshot there. Take down Persia. Rotations now starting to come through as Margaret's going to be tucked back over in Canteen, waiting for the rest of the team to join in here on this B site. But Plant now coming through. Over halfway towards that Hunter's Fury here as Monyet finding another with that Phantom as Xfero cleans up too. Ivy out into the open, nothing more to be
I mean,
done.
very
Ends up
nice.
falling. RRQ.
Double armor rebuy,
Very
that's it.
clean, flawless take here in
It's,
the anti-eco.
The strong bonus to go
Yeah,
up against.
they're-
It's basically a full buy.
Looking really solid right now. Just understanding where the positions of the players could be. They get a couple pieces of util to come out. They know the breach and the Teho are on the other side of the map.
I think EDG and
both
Trace have an
initiators.
advantage
Those are kind of the-
finishing a week early.
Generally, some of the danger
Yeah.
pieces in going against ecos where you get
It-
flashed,
it-
you get
it's definitely
stunned,
very
and all of a
nice.
sudden that gun advantage you had gets, let's say, minimized compared to what it would be. And they were able to
You get
dodge
time to
that,
watch
and
everyone.
that's just an instant
You,
goal button pushed for Estrella Company. Go to the other
You
side
at
of the map.
least...
Take over B. Really great stuff
Mm,
that we're seeing so far.
you're just going to change up some of your own stuff as well.
12. There's such a hot start.
But it's like, then they celebrate it pretty heavy there. But they're not going to be practicing too much.
Over at Arcade, Estrella lingering behind a bit as push up the smoke and push up through the cyber cage. Margaret's able to find one. Estrella does take out Persia, however. Breaking things open a little bit more, but now Dombey, the rest of the team arriving. on a solid amount of kills. Push up into the tower. Margaret, not anticipating
Another
the
one in you?
clearly. Is up on top of the rope here. Goes down beat. They try to shove back with that paint shell to drop down.
I was gonna say, where's the rest of his team to help him?
And now, once again, the salvos are trying to force
Okay,
him
nicely
forward.
done from Longshim in the end. It could
done.
have been
3 players
way
surviving. Not
worse.
too bad here on the bonus denial.
It's a week-long
Longshim,
holiday, so they get like an
things
extra week
pretty
head
tight-knit.
start. It's
Yeah,
not too
it's
bad.
very similar to what we saw in the
It's definitely an
pistol for
advantage,
Nongshim.
but it's not
Except
too
this
bad.
time they just fully commit to keep pushing through bridge to completely collapse. They
The
get a
good
little
news
bit
is that
further
no one
forward
knows that
on
they're
tower
playing
as
yet.
well to try to delay this as long as they can for the reinforcements to arrive. And they arrive just as Margaret thwarts that initial attack. A really important
Fio,
kill for
still
Margaret in that moment
the
to
same.
make sure that RRQ can't break out onto the site.
But I saw this
Set up
one.
their defensive lines. So now they go back into a couple-man push. The Tejo util to really clear a ton of space. Drone for drone. Gotta be careful you're
Oh,
pushing.
he
There's
is
the
in
stun.
trouble. Yeah, that breach
Beautiful
stun on
trap
top
play set
was
up here from the
awesome.
side of Nongshim.
Yeah, they take a lot of space, and
Springs.
they're going to get the plant
Cushion
down.
pays
I
the
like
iron
this
price.
from
still
Zafero.
ushered
He's made a
forward
really
Francis
bold
with the
play,
way
but
at
it might
you
be like
on the
winning.
corner.
He went ropes all the way to the area that got full cleared, and meant that they could pinch over towards here. And obviously, the rope legit could have been being held.
Opens the door, but nothing there to greet him. At least not yet. Second peek could be a very different story. Flash through the turn, gets the spot out on the one. Margaret still making his way across. See if he can try to upset them, but
Whoa.
Sparrow, the quick turn.
Okay,
Flicks
that
onto
really
the
is the
headshot.
round-winning play.
Shuts him down.
Fair
Now
play, man.
Ivy
He's got
is
2 of them in
completely
him.
surrounded. A 4K
Dude, what's
for
going
Sparrow
on with
once
RRQ?
again brings the lead to 2
What
rounds
happened in
in
that
RRQ's favor.
timeout?
X-Sparrow just the king of A main. Just turreting there.
Just everyone's
Knocking
popping.
players down left and right. Great start for Nongshim. A combo play with the util. So effective. They've done that a couple times in this map where they set up either with the Tejo or with the breach.
Calm little reset.
Nasty stuff. But the setup
Dear
with
underscore
either
Faye
the
with the tier 1.
breach or
Thank you so much
Tejo
for the
for
10 months.
Dami,
Thank you, thank
the
you.
position where they expect RRQ to be, and they've done a pretty good
Thank you,
job
thank
of
you.
getting through and getting those initial first kills. But then after that, the plans just kind of start to fall apart. They get a little bit disorganized, discombobulated. RRQ was able to punish that.
Yeah, they
really
need their own
nicely,
kind of
so
miracle timeout, really.
So far, so good for RRQ on this attack side, and this is where things get really tricky on this map. It's hard to defend. There's just so
Sleep
much
in a
going
day?
on. You have
I mean,
to
it
be
depends,
so
dude.
aware of the map.
Depends if
And
America's
that's why,
goes
you
2-0
know, for example,
all maps.
RRQ's comp going back to the old days of the EG team that started to run the Sova on this map and really show you why it's so valuable.
But I'll
because
sleep
you have
after
that
this.
extra layer of info gathering. Now the Tejo does offer a little bit of that as well, not as much, but
Is double
obviously with
duelist
stealth drone,
viable on
you don't have the
Fracture?
algo,
No,
you
you
have
can
the recon
send
dart,
it.
so, the space
I
and
think with the options you
information
have,
is able to
it
be
maybe
understood a little bit better by the side of RRQ.
you would probably get
So
wrecked by
Nongshim
like
has to
ops and
sometimes
stuff,
just
but
make gambles. They have to make hard reads. They have to go for these trap plays. to
they
try to give
wouldn't have
themselves
much setup.
advantages. Even with that Cypher there,
But you could do it.
still a little bit tricky. RRQ has been really fantastic
Like, you
about
would probably just run a fade if you wanted to do it, I guess.
or at least minimizing
Then you
the
lose
damage
breach.
to just one player.
Omanyet straight through.
And then it's a nightmare.
Tripwire.
Okay, double kill
Does get the
trips.
catch.
And Nongshim's whole thing here was let's just play full off-site kill
Cuts him off.
trips and push as well in
Still will
reaction.
do some
They
damage,
didn't
have
really
that
get anything
Guardian,
for the
have a
kill
Stinger
trips, but
Sheriffs
they
on
do
the
have
rest of the
just one
players here
hero
for
gun.
Nongshim, but for now, Spike going to be planted.
Yeah, maybe they felt like they were getting overwhelmed on sites and they want to play like fight one, retake the other.
Just looking for that timing to shove them back. Go button's going to have to be pressed here, but Estrella does end up getting full caught. Still just
It
sprays
is a
away
good flash.
blindly to find one. And then Margaret's just not ready for Monyet down below there at Sands. Swing onto the corner, Jemkin.
Yeah, not
catching
sure
him
about the
unawares,
ult into
not
the
knowing where he
eco.
was at. He's going to look for that third and final. Monyet will take
Oh,
it
into
away.
the eco is
RRQ not going to allow for the thrifty attempt to find purchase.
a little
As they
rough.
now stretch a lead by 3.
I like the ideas here from Nongshim. There's some good thought
It
process
would just be
into
nice if it was in a buy
how that
round.
Trapwire set up into the cyber cage to slow this up to allow you time to get in for these retakes. A good
There's been a
flash,
single good ult in
that one kill,
VCT. Yeah,
and then
we're on
they
like
use the
3.
Tejo ult to
We're
clear
on like
out
3
A
or
main so they
4
can
at the
drop
moment
from drop,
from the
get into the
tails.
site.
Yeah,
However,
G2 did a
nobody
really
checks
cool one
on the site
yesterday
itself.
on
and
Lotus.
as you say, they pay
on
the iron
defense,
price.
if you wanna check
iron's
that.
not that expensive though. It's kind of cheap.
And then
Just saying.
And make the saying.
I'm trying to
I
remember
know,
who's
I'm
done the
just using-
others.
I know.
100 Thieves had
Platinum
one.
price.
There you go. Platinum's very
And then there was one in EMEA, but I can't remember who did it.
Want to go like real nerd.
But they are very
Diamond
rare.
price
I
is
agree.
heavily
They're very
inflated.
rare at the moment.
You know, it's all just fake.
It's all just fake. Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, slide into the corner, playing off the stun, Monyet.
Dude, nice
Well-defined
trades on this
Persia
one.
flushes him out,
And it was
Matt
weird
going to be
because
this
it felt
B-side
like we were
broken
going
open
for
completely.
playing fully off-site.
Ivy
But it feels like after this timeout, have they not just gone back to playing exactly how they were playing before?
away from Cushy, but seems like has been decently red. Paint shells will go at his feet. Does get taken down. Downbeat planting his feet. It's able to find Cushy.
Yeah, but
Suddenly,
they have
this
no
player
idea
advantage
about
here for
this.
Nongshim. They have a
That's
showstopper
one.
online, but Xfera once again is going on alert timing. Swings around the back. Showstopper
He's
sent
got
his
that.
way. The damage not quite going to be found. Francis doesn't manage to find the headshot. The defuse now being held. All down to Estrella. But he's just going to
Okay,
stick it.
not a believer.
Chance maybe to
Not
take
a
some
believer or
weapons away
didn't
from their
hit.
hands here and will be able to do so.
I'm
But
not
that
sure
round
which.
gets away from RRQ where Estrella maybe had a very solid chance.
He must
clutch it
have.
out.
I was going to go with not a believer.
And it's just
Breach damage there. So he wants to try, like honestly, if they don't stick it here, he has a good attempt. Because he's hasn't given away his pulse, he can like isolate a 1v1 and then he has breach damage to delay.
You can just hold that defuse.
But yeah, he just he took the gamble that they weren't
I'm not sure
full
if they had
sticking
the
it.
read on where Australia was or not, but regardless, Nongshim there, full confidence in that round. Something this team has shown us in spades in their entry into Pacific. Even though they are an Ascension team, they look very unfazed from a lot of the
Mateo and
difficulties they have
Spawn.
faced so far.
Pow? That's
You
Sentinels.
want this orb for Australia.
Liquid
You
did a
wanna
good
get that
one,
rolling
good set
thunder.
strat on
Ivy
Haven.
does have his as well, and he's
Yeah,
waiting
maybe we've seen 5 or 6.
right outside of Canteen. So I'm kind of curious
But
if they're
again,
going to
considering
try to
how many we've
send
seen,
this rolling
it's not
thunder
the
off of
best.
the Cypher
With the
utility
tail ults.
towards B. If that's the
Right,
plan there.
let's talk about tail ults.
more
We
of a
got
just wait
1,
for the
2,
retake.
3,
Stealth
4
drone.
people
Oh, about to get the ping
that
out there.
cannot
Two
buy
players actually
next.
gonna be spotted and
We got
suppressed.
RRQ
So
with 2 ults.
Necessarily tell
They get
much
pretty
to
tempting to
Nongshim.
use, especially as they combo incredibly
Had they
well.
not been detected, they might have anticipated that it was going to be a full send on B.
Now they're switching sides. Is this all just a play for this rolling thunder? Maybe to set up Dombi.
He's going to take just initial contact here.
Yep, timing of that is great.
Starting to go for the sprint.
And that's one of the
Not ready for
ults
that
that
peak
combos
whatsoever.
with the
It's a
other
mini
ult that we're
shutdown.
talking about, so that pick is everything.
Looks like RRQ's going to set up for a crunch. Xfero's taking a ton of space over at Dish. Just have to get through Dombi and company.
30 seconds left.
Blast back to try to offset.
great
Wide
stun,
swings out,
great
finds
satchel.
Cushy, looks for a little bit more. Another blast
Oh
back.
my
Send
goodness.
Estrella dead. Paint shells built
Making,
back up. Sent Jemkin's way. The salvo
Making
trying to push you
satchels look
forward
like the
into
best
it.
util.
It's a decent amount of damage. Now the shot going to be coming through, but damn, he does not need assistance.
Ah,
He's
it's a
looking for
shame,
an ace,
bro.
but
1
Xfero will
HP?
steal it
No
away from him, but he
way.
cannot
1?
get RRQ back into this round at all.
It would have been a
Does manage to make
it would have
a
been
little
a
bit more
sick
costly
ace as
Francis will
well.
fall.
That's so
He himself
unlucky.
at
Like
1
so
HP.
unlucky.
We'll just try to stay tucked here at backside. Actually goes for a swing out. Make it a little bit
Dude,
more
imagine if
expensive,
that
but
was
eventually
texture.
will
The
fall.
cam would be
Nongshim now
incredible.
bring the gap down to just 1 round.
Now these are fantastic.
Because he'd
timing
insta look at the
swings from
damage
Dombi.
after getting the headshot.
Just understanding where the acceleration point for Monyet would be, shuts it down, gets a little bit of help here from the breach.
Yeah, Breach did great.
Great setup from Ivy. And Dombi can just
Okay,
keep
best news
knocking
about
them
this
down.
is
They
that
have
they
a
keep-
great combination with all those mollies.
Best news about this
But
is
all that
just
util
how
there
many
they can use
people
at
they
the
kept
end to
alive,
smother
so
the
their money's
players
really
out.
good. Last time out
The
for
whole round
RRQ.
there, I like the way that Ivy's playing that. Francis is playing that. He's doing a great job of just, with that breach, mirroring the sides that RRQ is going to, and he was there one way or another to use that util to stop them, either when they're trying to get up the ramp at B main or come across that door at A hall. To really shut RRQ down, and he was spot
He
on.
said
with
something
that
like,
breach
for
util.
real?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
Super
dude,
down,
it's
like
crazy
those 4.
unlucky.
Still some frustrations, but
It's so
sure, he'll be able to
unlucky.
shrug those off.
But
I mean, every Korean
in
player,
terms of
I
the
think, at this
impact,
point,
it's
as they
incredible.
come up into tier 1 or they look forward to trying to compete, says like, I really want to play like Texture, but this isn't necessarily what they had in mind.
I was thinking that. I was like, oh, now Dombi knows what it's like to be Texture.
The monkey's paw curls another finger. I'll never get an ace.
They-
Either
Same
way, though,
foot.
has helped Nongshim Jemkin is such a fantastic position as they try to overtake, to try to tie things up
again,
once
they got the ult to the combo well.
and get this map
Does
out from underneath
Nongshim go super aggro? Yeah, and they take the big duel and they take the Brim out as well. They can insta-react, but we got that a whole double trip set up here. If they don't go through now, they're done.
Towards the spawn, but look at his HP.
No way, he jumped over it. Did he con? Did he hear it? Oh, they did great. Wait, how did the second trip break here? Was this breach damage or something? Either way.
But not in a position to use it, so
getting over towards the site with no Brim is impressive on its own.
RRQ trying to fan out.
Rolling Thunder going to be sent. Hits onto one. Cushy, however, covering fire is going to be good for two.
No, not like this for Nongshim. This is devastating. Look at some of the HPs.
Xpharaoh is able to find another. Francis gone. Margaret creeping forward. Will end up falling. Persia comes away with two. Narrow margins there, given that
I mean, shut up. Estrella's ult is incredible, and normally most people play over towards A main and they prioritize this as the crossfire, right? And so they were so scared of what teams normally do, prioritizing deep over towards spawn.
Like super deep back towards
and the timing of that breacher was also incredible.
Like you know, you might see teams try to do that to avoid the Rolling Thunder, the Showstopper. Instead, they just fan out, and they just give so many different options that, okay, even if your Showstopper connects onto one player, the trade should be there. If the Rolling Thunder connects, it's only likely going to hit one. Another early push out from Nongshim.
This time.
Yeah, this time is good for one, but they still take down the smokes.
Take considerable damage alongside
and this time they got the double kill trap, set up, but they got two playing on site, and one's the bait. One's just hiding.
For the win, not for the draw.
Look at them tucked in on the site. Haven't seen this look from Nongshim yet on their defender side.
Relay bolts sent. Monyet on the slide through. Pops the ultimate. Almost a dangerous timing. Persia just so stunned up.
Sure. You could also see RRQ here. Just get a good understanding of what's happening, right? They saw the push down towards B, instead of pivot over towards A, and we're using shock straight away. Like they know as soon as they see some aggression, the other side is Cypher trying to get kills off of trips.
Snappy does manage to find the shot, but now
like they pretty much have the read, or at least once they get the info, they know exactly what's going on and who's where, to an extent.
Well, this is
because obviously this time Nongshim kind of mixed it up with double on site.
More shots onto the angle. Cushy ends up getting taken down.
You'd imagine they're too low here. Yeah. Okay, still impressive from RRQ. They had obviously it was 4-0 at the beginning of this, so to come back in this fashion is really good.
Able to isolate some fights, win some battles. It's an early hold. This time Jemkin's like, all right, you guys want to come at me? I'll be ready for you. It's going to ADS. Monyet, though, the timing there. Great util from RRQ. You know, you're seeing a different look there from Nongshim. Maybe they're hoping that they haven't really tried to just tuck in on the A site and just turtle and wait it out. Still, though, the util is on point from RRQ to make sure that it's clear to set up Monyet for that overdrive double kill. And from there, they should have been a little bit more comfortable, but again, isolated fight.
Keep winning without smokes. Yeah. It's just but honestly, it kind of works out okay going over towards the site where the kill trips are, because normally Cypher's playing like behind the smoke with a combo anyway.
Good for RRQ.
They also didn't have guns on this one. That was
their last time out to see if they can find a way to do what
that was the thing that owned him as well.
They're able to string a bunch of rounds together in a row to force
you said there's much of a regional diff in how APAC uses Teo. I think it's really dependent team by team.
But the thing that we were talking about at the half was Monyet.
Yeah.
Does he come
but it does look like the teams that pretty much just use it for space instead of kills. Like that's the one.
In the half.
And now he's positive in the KD.
Yes. So a big swing back. Jemkin, though, still kind of the
not too bad, Fio. Not too bad.
Right there alongside him, down on the opposite side.
I'm obviously excited for later. That's going to be a good sleep.
Let's find out.
You would love to bait out.
I woke up feeling like pretty awake, so that's good.
Try to get a window for that lockdown. Still, though, you would have to then, at least you could trade the orbital strike. That would be the ideal outcome, essentially, for the side of RRQ. then you have your own orbital strike to clear some space, and they're all over the map.
Push up. Monyet not ready for the angle.
This is like, it's like the exact duel that happened earlier. And Margaret is not ready for this. And Cushy.
Be taken down at the same time, so player advantage now in the hands of Nongshim as Cushy tries to stave them off, but cannot. Spike still not ushered forward onto the site either. Just sat here right outside
I play games in my
arcade.
free time. When the season's on, I don't really have much free time. I don't really play. I'll play Valorant in the off season.
Estrella down as well. Francis finding
But other than that, I don't really get to play.
Just on to Jemkin, who's had.
I don't miss it too much. I get like a good fix when I play in the off season.
Bridge too far for him.
He's considering trying his luck going for the fight there against Francis, but I'll have to back away. Question is, does he actually go for the plant on the opposite side of the map?
Yeah, he's just gonna be saving on this.
Remaining. If he starts running, he should know. But looks like he's widely just gonna end up going for a save here.
Do I even like Valorant? Yeah, I like Valorant. Dude, I wouldn't do these hours if I didn't like Valorant.
We go onward. Nongshim will get themselves to double digits.
Yeah, this makes sense because, I mean, RRQ has plenty of money to buy for him.
You wonder if I have more free time now or when I was a coach? 100% have more free time now.
Another orb for himself. No reason to fork another orb over to Nongshim.
It's like the only reason that I can actually even go to the gym now. When I was a coach, I felt guilty taking 1 hour out.
You know, one player each direction, and it doesn't really pan out. Nongshim's winning all their duels.
Valorant or CS overall? I prefer Valorant.
So
CS is fun, dudes, but I just prefer the brain games in Valorant. I'm in for the chaos. I'm in for the ults, the util. You can like, I like the little brain games. CS is just too same stuff. But CS is still very fun. I put a lot of hours into it and watching playing. But I do like that this game changes up.
But Xpharaoh not really in a position where he could. Kind of pinned out at arcade.
Little jump spot. And I didn't see him.
Tripwire's going to be sent. There's the reveal. Monyet taking down the neural theft. Immediately going to be invested here as Persia sprays across and finds Jemkin to boot. Straight out.
Yeah, this is interesting because no one went aggro for Nongshim, so they didn't really get to feel out anywhere and find out where the cipher is. So they ended up just sending it into the cipher.
Nongshim's telling them the answer is you can't.
Nongshim don't go super aggro. They don't really know where that cipher setup is. First tripwire value. Yeah, it's like the first time that the Nongshim haven't shown their hand early, right? So you don't know where the actual cipher is. It's like the first time they've actually disguised where Margaret is.
Then that is the neural theft in play. Makes it so easy there for Nongshim to just start spraying through smokes, finding kills.
Cushy one away from his ult. Danby one away from his ult.
Biggest piece of this round.
Is there an orb anywhere for Danby to get?
He wanted to get into sewer potentially. Just was never
I have more hours in Valor or CS? Oh, for sure CS. It's not even close.
They really could not find anything in that round that they were looking for. So Nongshim doing a great job here. Starting to hold the line. They're going to be 1 round away from sending this to overtime.
It's being, okay, well, Danby going to be taken down. Still has decent amount of money of Persia. Purse string's a little bit tight. But, just saying, been keeping it kind, haven't been giving it a mention, but at this point, I think that it's worth mentioning. If somebody
is old now, yeah, he has old now.
He's co-streaming at the moment. Make sure he's doing all right.
Don't choke on the ramen.
Yep.
One last chance.
I mean, unfortunately,
double ult.
For RRQ.
They got the ult to cancel the main ult.
Closing out maps.
So they can't go for the simple play.
Something we heard in the pre-match kind of B-roll where you could hear Ewok talking to his team,
use it in
confidence, guys. You need confidence.
After plant.
They haven't been able to get over the line. Now, frankly, in some of these rounds,
okay, both spotting the
read.
jump peak.
They
see that. After the shock as well, the trip go down.
That's way too easy.
Drone spots the one over towards top side.
Francis just going to be taking the angle here with that operator. It's like Xpharaoh backing off as all of RRQ just going to be cutting noise, sending the drone forward here.
Doesn't have his ult for this, so can't pull him.
His ultimate actually off the back of that final death. So now has that in play in this round.
Yeah, here we go on site. Let's see. Oh, that is unlucky timing for Munya. Yeah, Margaret just tucks into the corner as well. Dude, that is the 3 chances gone for sure. How'd they even get on site here?
Right here at main. Slow creep across from Kush. He tries to get himself towards that arcade side. But how are you meant to take the site? He's still watching for any kind of backpedaling, any kind of flanks. He kind of rotates out, is into the shoulder. These shots go, the elbow rather, they're onto Estrella. Cushy just doesn't know which way to look. One by one, they fall.
Hey, very nicely done. Three chances for RRQ, fully gone. And Nongshim looked pretty convincing in them as well.
Just starting to find their groove, starting to understand the way that RRQ is trying to work the map. They started fanning out, getting a little bit more information. Francis with the operator, just holding the line at Dish. That allows them to really put their attention towards B main and A main a lot more.
When you were coaching, was there a team you would look forward to prepping for? Oh yeah, crew. Dude, I knew we would win every single crew game.
It's heartbreaking for RRQ.
Dude, our anti on crew is incredible. I think we went 6-0 against crew.
Into this team already. We saw it at the Ascension Grand Finals. We're seeing it again here today.
I mean, you mentioned.
Dude, I had that team sauced out. Like real sauced out.
They've gotten that first step.
Why is it always crew? Yeah, that's
Take the map from here. RQ on the defense, looking to try to stave them off. Thrown up over the top, quickly cleared here by Xfero. The Nano stopping any further presence from pushing forward. Fault line going to be going up. Alarm bot there around the corner. The push coming through with the shorty, able to collect one, but Francis otherwise flushes him out. Jemkin, the attention being paid away from main. He's going to be good for one, but then Margaret.
3v3, no one's going to get an all.
We'll be able to get this plant coming down.
If Ivy gets a kill on site, oh, that's the big one. Dude, and the stun is incredible. Ooh! Dude, no trade? Okay, I was going to say, imagine it. Okay, RRQ get another go at it.
RRQ take the opening round here in OT and once again get themselves up to match point.
What a victory there for RRQ. Everybody getting involved. Just a lot of back and forth.
3-0 against them, 6-0 in maps.
The tower push.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
there with the shorty. And that time Nongshim was very ready to trade it
quickly. That was like,
right at Dombi's back.
dude, I looked at that anti every time and I was like, well,
opportunity to find more value out of that shotgun. Come on, yet. Hits that relay bolt. That's important for the follow-up kills. Makes it a lot easier there. Margaret
I wish there were more teams that were like that.
That's and swing as quickly as he would like to. Maybe try to bail out his teammates. We're getting gunned down by the rest of RRQ. Nongshim gonna take.
Dude, honestly, all of the Sen loud maps are really good.
Try to make sure that they don't go down in 14-12 fashion. Looking to at least drag this out for another 2 rounds minimum. If they win.
I was gonna say, there's no such thing as early if it all ends in this next one.
I can't even find Fio's message.
And you'd be kicking yourself for not using it.
Exactly.
So, needing to invest here to extend this. See just how deep they can dig. The run back.
Pagan 5507 with the tier 1. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the 17 months.
To this overtime.
Thank you, thank you.
Real question here. I think RRQ probably.
What do you think is what do you think is my best quality as a coach? I think I've got one of the best work ethics you can have because I just know life. So that's definitely the best thing. Like, it's hard to put in more time. What's something I'm not great at? I'm not great at working with people sometimes. I expect people to put in as much time as me and know a good amount of stuff if you've been playing the game for a long time. If you don't know it, I get annoyed pretty easy. I'm not like the best people person because I expect a high level.
Yeah, gets the catch.
That was while he was on the rope. He's like, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, rotate back around the other way.
Never see this coming.
Look at the pings though here on A main. 2 players pushed up. Some noise made as the door opens. Kushi thinking about sending out the drone, but Dombi's just gonna go for the fight. Does well to actually come away with one, but now 2 players gone.
They get the advantage on this, and we are straight up wrecked.
Ivy in the corner, forced to try to clear out the drone. Gets the headshot, sends out the aftershock, trying to save him off, trying to soften up these players, but they're able to storm past it.
Push this hit early.
falls on his shoulders. Margaret getting into position to try to reinforce. Blast through. He catches
That
the full
flash
blind,
is
still comes away with one.
disgusting,
Rolling
dudes.
thunder across though.
Okay,
Shirley
nicely
spells
handled from
Margaret's
RRQ in
demise,
the
and
end
it
to
has.
close this one
Estrella
out.
with 3 will get RRQ
It was close,
over the
though.
line
This
in
was
OT.
real close.
14-12. They start the series off with a map win.
What a victory
Yeah,
here
they didn't
for
get enough of that
RRQ.
push.
What
I
a
think they all
great
had to
map.
commit or just
I can't stress enough
pull back
how
up to the first kill.
well thought out this was from both teams.